Most men actually screw this up within seconds of meeting an attractive woman. They break this vital rule and they end up going home to beat it off and getting pissed off about what could have been. But high status men, they do this within 3 seconds. And this instantly commands respect and builds attraction. And this is something that I have been working on my whole entire life, and I've become a master at it now. It's very key, before you get to this point, to be confident and to have a level of self-esteem. Because without confidence and self-esteem, you will not be able to master this trick. So most low-status, average, frustrated chumps will get this wrong, right? They just don't have the confidence, the self-esteem within themselves. They probably read a bunch of books on game, or thinking that, what they might say is good enough. Oh, I can just say this line and I'll capture her attention. Yes, it might capture her attention. But if you don't get this right within the first few seconds of an interaction, then she's going to know. And by the way, women are subconscious geniuses. They know deep down what type of guy you are. Subconsciously, without, it literally takes them 2.7 seconds to figure this out about you. Even before you've approached her, what you're like on the street as you're walking up to her. And here's the key. The answer is, and this is something that I have now mastered at this stage of my interactions. When I approach a woman, within the first couple of seconds, I'm holding stare into her eyes. And I'm not looking elsewhere, in another direction. When I ask her a question, I'm not like, hey, you look lovely today. How are you? I'm looking straight into her eyes and I'm smiling. And actually, even before you've approached that person, in a bar, in a club, I'm standing quite close to her, I'm looking over at her, and I'm seeing if she's looking at me. And if she does look, and she holds for a second rather than quickly looks away, guess what? I maintain stare, right? So I maintain my look to let her know, hey, I'm looking at you. Yeah, that's fucking right. I am. I'm literally here checking you out. I'm in this bar, you looked over, I'm sitting here looking over, I noticed you looked over, so I smiled and I kept looking at you, so you realize that I'm into you. Of course, I'm a man. I don't need to apologize for that. Oh shit, she saw me seeing. She saw me looking. Who fucking cares? Good. Of course she saw you looking. She's supposed to see you looking. You're supposed to lead with intent. You're a man. You're supposed to move in this life and chase the things that you want. How else is she going to know that you like her? Otherwise, you're going to spring up on her by surprise. And girls don't like that. I tell you, the last thing a woman wants in this world is a man springing up on her by surprise. Like, oh, hey, I'm Ralph. Nah, totally unsmooth. You'll fucking rock her completely from her chair and where she's standing. And she'll be like, oh, this is weird, awkward. Oh my God, you're changing and disrupting my energy and my social dynamics. Be smooth. So, once that's happened, once you're in an interaction with her, let's say you've approached her, you're walking up to her and you've said hi, you've walked up to go on the street, you've walked up to go in a bar, you're standing in a coffee shop queue, and you turn and you say to her, and I'm good at this because I'm just spontaneous and again, this is years of training, but you can also get really fucking good at this and I can help you. I can be standing in a coffee shop at Starbucks and I could look behind me and I could be like, I really don't know what to drink today. I'm getting kind of bored of the same sort of things. What are you getting? And when you say that, within the first 2 to 3 seconds, maintain your eye contact with her. Literally look into her soul. Like, look into her eyes as you ask her that question. What are you getting today? Smiling and looking at her while she probably looks around and is a little bit awkward and not sure what to do with herself and might play with her hair if she's attracted to you, or might be like, oh, creep, get away from me. But she's likely to say something, do something, but look at you or not look at you. But either way, even if she looks away, you still need to be looking so she's aware that you were looking at her this whole time. she'd be like, oh, fuck, this guy's pretty intense. Like, oh, wow. Use your eyes. Your eyes are the keys to your soul. That shit is worth more than your mouth and your body put together. Now, you'd be lucky if you got a beautiful pair of eyes on you. I don't have the greenest, biggest, bluest eyes in the world, right? I've got hazel eyes, and in a dark room, they're brown, right? So I'm not exactly at the biggest advantage of all time with my eyes, but I use them to my advantage, and I look into a woman's soul with intensity and impact. If I like her, now I only approach women that I like. I'm at that stage now. I ain't no little shrimpy guy that's gonna just approach random girls to give myself validation. I don't need the validation. If I like a woman, I'm in a bar, I will look at her. If she looks at me, I'll maintain my look. And she'll be like, oh shit, this guy's looking at me. And then I will know if she looks back and like maintains a bit of a stare, then I'm gonna walk straight up to her. I'm gonna be like, hi. I came over to introduce myself. I thought you were looking exquisite this evening. How is she not gonna like that? Come on. Even if she's not into you, she'll still be like, oh, thank you. This guy's obviously quite intense. And if she gets rid of you and she fobs you off, who gives a shit? No problem. On to the next one. It might hurt your ego for 3 seconds. So ultimately, there's before the interaction, and then there's after you've approached her. Make sure you're maintaining the eye contact, looking deeply into her eyes. Okay, and even if she's like, and you mimic her body language, if she's like looking down and laughing, you're also like, oh, really? Oh, is that so? Oh, you're getting the cappuccino today. Oh, that's very cute. Oh, nice. So you're not so into the whole matcha latte stuff. Ah, fair enough. You're also like me. I think I'll run with the orange juice. Probably more healthy for me. Do you see? It doesn't really matter so much what you say. It matters how you make her feel. And what's important with how you make her feel is how you look at her with intensity. Right? Your eyes are the keys. I use my eyes more than anything now. My eyes pick up more girls than you've picked up in your lifetime. Right? Like literally, to the point where some girl on Friday, who I'm still seeing right now, who I like, said to me, you're trying to seduce me. She was like, stop trying to seduce me. Because I kept looking at her. And I wasn't saying much. Right? Like, we already had we've said a few things at the beginning of the conversation. And I was like literally looking at her. And she was like looking at me. And she was like, stop trying to seduce me. Well, guess what? I did seduce her. I don't want to go into details in case she's watching my YouTube channel. Then I fucked it up completely with her. I don't want to name names. I don't want to give specific situations. I also have a private life that I want to live. I'm just doing this because I love my people. And I'm trying to help you at the same time. But I did seduce her. And I ended up going to hers the other night, and I'm going to see her again this weekend, and I like her. So that's that. So there's the effectiveness of the first 2.7 seconds of your interaction. And most men get it wrong. Whether as high status men who are experienced, you get this right, and your eyes will become a pickup magnet. Just like your little cute dog walking down the street is your pickup magnet. You can use these things for the exact same purpose.